Well, it was Pedro and Garnacho, the goal scorers today, and here they are speaking following the match.
How good does that feel?
Oh, it is really important. Like you said, and the manager said, in the last 8 months or 18 months is the third semi-final we have. So we are really happy with that. We got the win, so we are already looking for the next game.
Tonight, Cardiff, League One opposition, but how much have they pushed you out there?
Yeah, they were a very strong team. We're not focused on which league they play or anything. You know, when we play away, it's always hard, and I think they did a really good job. But yeah, happy to be in the semi-final game.
You were introduced at half-time. What could you see from the bench that the game needed?
Yeah, sometimes in the first half the games start a little bit more slowly, then they get space in the second one. So he bring me, and then I try to help the team, and I think me, Pedro, and the rest of the players we done, so we are really happy.
Yeah, you get the first goal. It looked at that point like Chelsea were in control. Where do you think Cardiff managed to find a way back in?
Sometimes you are in the control, but it's the small details that make the difference. Maybe we lost a little bit of concentration because we had a lot of corners. In that time of the game, we were getting corners, and the first time they go there after the corners, they score. So I think it was a little bad lack of concentration, but then in the end we could go through it, so we are really happy.
Yeah, what was the difference in the end then? Perhaps that extra bit of concentration, experience as the Premier League team?
No, I think so. It was the concentration, the will of winning this game. We wanted to win a lot this game, and then we have guys on the pitch that can make the difference. And Garnacho today helped us a lot as well with 2 goals, so we are really happy.
Yeah, you've both come off the bench this evening to make the difference to this one. As a group of players, top 4 in the Premier League, through to another semi-final, how proud are you of the direction that you're going in?
Yeah, I think as a group we are doing really well. Sometimes you have to start games, sometimes you have to help from the bench. We don't focus on this. We just try to help the team when we need, and which what we've done. And I think we'll try to compete for everything, and the semi-finals is the next one, so we'll try to win.
Do you feel like there's a big opportunity for you in this competition now?
Always. We have always that confidence. We are Chelsea, we want to win trophies, and it's our mindset, and it's how we're going to work through all the games.
All right, well done tonight, Alejandro. It was a great team performance, but you are the player of the match. Well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks.
Pedro Neto and Garnacho there. You enjoyed that interview, didn't you, Troy?
Yeah, wake me up, it's over now, yeah? Cliche FC, Jesus Christ.
Garnacho in the second half, though, like his boys said, they had to bring in the substitutes, and he really did fire things up in the attack.
No, he did well when he came on. I think for a lot of Chelsea fans and probably Man United fans and definitely Argentina fans, you want to see this more regularly. For the greatest respect, doing this against a Cardiff team, a League One Cardiff, is okay. We want to see it more regularly. You consider what we saw in the second half against Cardiff as to what Grella showed us with Atalanta. It's not great. So when I hear those interviews afterwards, it's very cliche. It's very the same of the same. I want to see you do it week to week, and we know the talent that these boys have got, and this shows you here what he can do. But it's like, let's be really, really honest. It was against a League One Cardiff.
But isn't that what you expect in an interview like that? What don't you like about when players stand there and kind of go through
the fact I know what they're going to say before they've even done it. That's what I hate about it. But then show some personality. Have just that much of a personality. That'd be nice.
I suppose as well, maybe of all weeks, the Chelsea players and maybe Enzo Maresca feel a little bit more scrutiny from the media, given the
because they gave it us. They said it.
Came in and said. So
there's too much media scrutiny because we said something. Now we're going to say nothing. Jesus Christ, sorry. It frustrates the hell out of me, but honestly.
But to that point, do you think that because Enzo Maresca made such a big thing in the days leading up to the things that were obviously bothering him, even though they beat Everton, that now they're all going to kind of rein it in a bit? Or do you think we'll see the same when Enzo Maresca undoubtedly speaks to the media?
I think players are just going to be players. They're just going to talk about what they want to say, and then, like Troy said, that's just a very media-trained interview. You want to win every game and stuff like that. But for us, reflecting and look at the reality of it, it's Cardiff. They got the job done. It wasn't easy. Should have been a lot easier than it was, especially with the team that they put out there, even though it's 11 changes. But you're talking about quality levels. one thing that Garnacho did is take his second goal well. We can't take that away from him. That was a great finish. But
even the first one, with his left foot, was a difficult finish.
Difficult finish, great finish. But we want to see you do that consistently against the bigger clubs. Like, we can't be giving you credit for playing against players that are way less quality than you, and you've done your job, which is what we expect you to do. We want to see you do it against the big boys.
But then you guys said in the pre-show, well, the problem with Chelsea is that they do it against the bigger clubs and they don't do it against the smaller clubs. Today it wasn't pretty, but they did do it.
They got the job done. Yeah,
they got the job done. But then they had to bring the big starters off the bench. That's a bit more of a worrying thing, that you had to make changes at half-time to bring your regular starters on. That, I think, should be more of the concern, because the starting lineup should have got that done. If we saw Garnacho, Neto and all them coming in the last 10, 15 minutes, no problem. Chelsea 3-4 up.
I said it while it was talking. We put it into context for people. The two guys that we saw there will be going to the World Cup with their national teams if they're fit and healthy.
Not sure about Garnacho.
The other guys for League One will be trying to get a contract for next season. That's the reality of where both sets of players find themselves. And we're talking about credit for Chelsea, which is obviously, they got their job done after a difficult week that they created for themselves. They play against Everton at the weekend. Let's see. That's
Newcastle this weekend.
Sorry, Newcastle this weekend. Sorry, I'm going to another team. Newcastle this weekend. Let's see what you could do. I want to see Garnacho up against Livramento. Show me this level of performance against those guys, and show me for 4, 5, 6 weeks. I think for him, he's in a no-win situation, if I'm being totally honest. Come in, you score, you win, but it is only against Cardiff. There's not really much he can do. But we want to see more of it. And for me, I just think when there are interviews like that, you've won. Show us a little bit of colour.
What would you have said?
Buzzing. We're through to the semi-final.
Yeah.
Hey, let's hope we could go on and win this. That's it. That's
also not their first language, So you have to feel, like they're media trained now. Like they can't, they're not going to benefit from
first language. They've both been in the Prem for how long?
But also, like, coming from the other side, right? You have no benefit to give anything to the media. You can never win. You're in a lose-lose situation with the media, so you have to just give the basic response. I'll say this though about Maresca and Chelsea, right? You make 11 changes because you have bigger competitions, frankly, competitions coming up. It's not going to work. You've got the average age of the team today was 21.5 years old. The kids on the field, right? At the end of the day, they're kids on the field. I don't care how talented they are. They're kids. So doesn't work in the first half. You make a couple changes. The changes you bring on, score the goals, get the job done, fine. Was it an amazing performance? No. I think one thing we learned about Chelsea here, that they did get the job done, one thing we learned about Chelsea is there's a lot of changing, there's a lot of confusion, there's a lot of individual talents, but this, for me, for sure, is not a final product team. This doesn't look like a team to me that can go on and win the Premier League yet. This doesn't look like a team that can go on and win the Champions League yet. This is just sort of like a really good group with a ton of potential, but for sure, there's a lot of moving pieces. The way they concede goals and conceded chances against this Cardiff side as well, worrying. Some of the defending from the fullbacks, worrying. Some of their starting guys, Chalobah as well, getting done on simple, stop and go routes. His movements is crazy. So I think we learned that Chelsea's for sure not the finished product yet.
Let's just hear what Enzo Maresca had to say after tonight's win.
Well, Enzo, congratulations through to another semi-final. How do you sum up this evening?
Yeah, very happy. Very happy. Especially for the effort of the players. I said yesterday that football is full of these tricky games, so you have to pay attention, and we did a good game.
The goals coming in the second half, how do you reflect on that first 45 minutes?
I think off the ball we were quite good. On the ball we struggled a little bit to create chances for many reasons, and then second half we were much better also on the ball.
Yeah, so the substitutions that you made, you felt they were able to apply themselves better in that way on the ball, and that was the difference?
Yeah, I think it was a big difference between first half and second half. The way we attack. Also, we need to say that they were Cardiff. They were very good organized. They were very intense off the ball, so it was difficult. But at the end, I think we did enough to win the game.
Having found that first goal, it really looked like Chelsea were in control. Where do you think Cardiff were able to find a way back?
I think it's an isolated action when they score. We could have defended a bit better in that goal, in that moment. But again, there is another team that also they try to attack, they try to score, and unfortunately we concede.
Ultimately, it's the substitutes that have found the goals. How much trust do you have in those players to come off the bench and get the job done?
I trust all the players. I trust all of them, knowing that sometimes for some of them it's more difficult. For instance, tonight we had Buonanotte that is not playing a lot, Jarel Atto is not playing a lot, Margi is not playing a lot. So for them it's not easy, but they did a huge effort. And then second half with the change, we were better on the ball.
As I said, through to another semi-final, you're third in the time that you've been here. What does it say about the direction that this team is going in?
I think we go in the right direction. Anything I do is just because I want the best for this club and for the club, for the fans, for everyone.
It's been a week where you have said perhaps you've not felt as supported in difficult moments. On nights like this, in big positive moments, do you feel appreciated?
Tonight, I think the focus has to be we reached the semi-final. The support from the fans since day one, I think, has been always there, knowing that sometimes when you don't win games, it's normal that they are not happy, but no one is happy. But overall, tonight, I think the focus has to be that we won and we are in semi-final.
How much of an opportunity do you think you have in this competition now to win some more silverware?
Well, we are in semi-final. We wait tomorrow night and then we see the next step now is the final. Hopefully we can reach the final.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, was that quite telling then when he was asked, do you feel appreciated at this club? And he said the focus is on tonight's win. Was that not a perfect opportunity, Grella, to squander anything from the last 48 hours?
What do you mean squander? Like put it to bed?
Yeah, and say it.
Well, we don't even know what he was talking about. And,
appreciated?
we don't know what he was talking about. He opened up this whole thing of can of worms of speculation, and then at the end he was given the chance then to come out and say something about it. But obviously he's not gonna. Look, being on this side of it, I want to know. I want to hear like what he's saying. I want to know what the story is. But being on the other side, I remember and I know what it feels like. And it's like you don't say anything, right? Like he's just giving little hints and little shots, but he's not. I think the message is going to the person that's supposed to get the message.
Yeah.
And it's not us. And so, obviously we're trying to sit and decipher it, but it's going to probably the ownership and the board of where it needs to go. He's really clever about the way he's sort of masking it.
Very clever. The person who he's speaking about, or the people who he's speaking about, know exactly that he's directing it to them. And what he said before he was asked that question, if you pay attention, is anything I do for this is for the best of this club. He put that in before he's even asked about that. So he's letting people already know everything I do and I say is for the best of this club. So he's already laying that out there so people can know kind of, I'm here for the club, the fans. Yes, I can understand the frustration, but we love the fans. But for whatever this other message is to whoever it is, whether it's Chelsea hierarchy or not, they know he's speaking to them because he still doesn't want to put it to bed and he's leaving it open for interpretation of he's not fully happy there.
What are you looking at me for?
Because you've
got a grin on your face.
A nice smirk on your face.
Yes.
No, has he done it right? Yes, but he created the mess. So I don't want to give him credit for now still leaving it ambiguous, still leaving it open. Like, do you feel appreciated? Well, yeah, you've got the job. Should be appreciated. You're paid to do a service. There's been tough times and they've kept you on. There's been moments they could have moved on. I just think, for me, he's trying to create something that's not there. Up until this weekend, no one spoke about his job safety, about Chelsea's ambition, where they're going. He's created this narrative.
Is he playing a dangerous game?
I think so. He's got a contract till 29.
But Troy, I don't think he's just gonna. I don't think he's gonna create something just out of it. I think something.
He's good then.
No, I'm saying the creation of it is because of him. What goes on in the back? We've been in football long enough. What goes on in the back room stays in the back room, right?
Yeah.
He's brought it to the light. Now people are asking the questions. Why have you brought this to the light? And he's now trying to play a game that he brought to light. So we can't say it's great. You brought it out there. The people who he's talking about, we're speculating it's the board, right? When have you ever heard someone from the board do a chat? Never. So it's a safe bet. And also what he's playing the game of is the fans are on my, he's appeasing the fans. I was at Chelsea a few weeks back when they lost to Brighton. They're not all on his side. It's a 50-50 split as well. So just be careful what you wish for.
In some ways, though, he's doing this to try and get the fans on his side, to say, listen, I'm having problems that you all don't even know about, but I love the fans. The fans are supporting us. We're in a great place. Do you think there's an element of you all don't know what's going on behind the closed doors?
And that's part of the sport, right? This is what we as players used to get frustrated when fans would boo or whatever, because You don't know how many ailments we're playing with. You don't know the injuries we're playing with. You don't know what's happened in that week. All we get to see and people get to comment on is the performance. So when you look at this performance, we could say, all right, was it great? He's talking about the rhythm of certain players. I would argue if I was someone in Tariq George's camp going, well, he got 45 minutes. What did you expect him to do? He's only played, 5-6 games this season?
Yeah.
How are you expected to get into that rhythm? His job is to look at the bigger picture, look at how we win all the games that we've just shown there. I just think he's created a narrative, and now he's trying to spin the narrative in his favour. And it's a safe bet because no one from the board's ever going to come out and do an interview.
I'll just say watch this space, because if they go through a bad spell of results of 2 or 3 games, then this story will be put to bed very quickly.
Leandro Trossard proved to be the perfect antidote to Arsenal's attacking frustrations, following Mikel Arteta's candid remarks about Victor Gyökeres. Gyökeres may have struggled to truly impress since his summer arrival at Arsenal, but over the weekend, there was finally a glimpse of what he is capable of. More importantly, Trossard showed exactly why he could be the key to unlocking the Swedish striker's full potential during Arsenal's hard-fought 2-1 victory over Wolves at the Emirates Stadium. The 31-year-old winger injected fresh energy into Mikel Arteta's side on Saturday night and helped breathe new life into the Gunners' attack. Shortly after replacing Gabriel Martinelli in the second half, Arsenal found the breakthrough. While Trossard did not directly contribute to either the opening goal or the dramatic stoppage time winner, his influence on the game was undeniable. Trossard took control of proceedings, dictating the tempo and pulling the strings down the left flank. Time and again, he dismantled Wolves' compact defensive setup, releasing Miles Lewis-Skelly into space, picking out Declan Rice on the edge of the box, and crucially, feeding Gyökeres with intelligent, well-timed passes. Operating as a creative hub, the Belgian showcased his playmaking qualities, delivering sharp, purposeful distribution. His introduction completely shifted the momentum of the match, and for the first time in weeks, Arsenal's $64 million striker briefly looked like a genuine threat. Before Trossard's arrival, Gyökeres endured a frustrating and ineffective outing in attack. In fact, the Belgian was the only player to carve out a clear-cut opportunity for the 27-year-old forward, slipping a simple yet incisive ball in behind the Wolves' backline. Gyökeres controlled the pass, beat his defender, and aimed for the far post. Wolves goalkeeper Sam Johnstone was beaten, but the Swedish striker saw his effort agonizingly drift just wide. If Arteta truly wants to get the best out of Gyökeres, then granting Trossard a more prominent role in the starting 11th could be the solution. Speaking to TNT Sports after the win, the Arsenal manager openly addressed the challenges facing his marquee signing. It's a collaboration between the two, Arteta explained. He was in some really good positions, but the ball didn't arrive quickly enough, accurately enough, or with the precision a number 9 needs to score. But his commitment and intention were there, and we have to keep pushing. Arteta was equally vocal in defending Gyökeres prior to the match, urging patience with the striker's adaptation to English football. There was huge expectation because we were signing a proven goal scorer, probably with the best statistics in Europe, Arteta said. But he's coming into a different league, the most demanding league in the world. What happens if he doesn't score in 5 or 6 games? That was the only question I asked him. How are you going to react if you don't score in 5 or 6 matches? Can you handle that? And what about the next 100 games? That's what people need to see. The sample size is still very small, so leave him alone. Let him do what he does best. Support him, and I'm convinced things will come good. That message from Arteta resonated beyond the Emirates. In the days following the Wolves' victory, the debate around Gyökeres intensified among pundits, supporters, and former players. While some questioned whether Arsenal's record signing is truly suited to the Premier League's pace and physicality, others pointed to the structural issues around him rather than the striker himself. Much of the post-match analysis focused on Arsenal's chance creation and balance, in the final third. The Wolves game highlighted a recurring theme this season. Gyökeres often makes the right movements, but the service into dangerous areas has been inconsistent. When Trossard entered the match, that problem briefly disappeared. Arsenal suddenly looked more fluid, more unpredictable, and far better equipped to supply a traditional number 9. Former players speaking on television and radio were quick to note the contrast. With Trossard drifting inside and linking play, Arsenal's attacking shape became more compact, allowing Gyökeres to stay higher up the pitch and occupy central defenders. That, in turn, created space for midfield runners like Rice and Ødegaard to arrive late in the box. It was a glimpse of an attacking formula that Arsenal have rarely sustained this season. The reaction from supporters has been equally divided. While frustration with Gyökeres' goal return remains, there is growing appreciation for his work rate, physical presence, and willingness to press from the front. Many fans now see Trossard as the missing connector, the player who can translate Gyökeres' movement into genuine scoring opportunities. Internally, Arteta faces an important decision. Persisting with a front line that isolates Gyökeres risks damaging the striker's confidence, especially with tougher fixtures on the horizon. At the same time, promoting Trossard to a regular starting role could mean reshuffling wide positions and reducing Martinelli's minutes, a bold call that would not come without consequences. Yet football at the highest level often comes down to chemistry rather than reputation. The Wolves match suggested that Arsenal's most expensive signing may not need drastic changes to his own game, but rather the right supporting cast around him. If Arteta embraces that idea, Gyökeres' slow start could soon be remembered as nothing more than a difficult adjustment period. For now, the pressure remains. Goals will ultimately define Gyökeres' Arsenal career, and patience in North London is never unlimited. But with Trossard offering clarity, creativity, and calm in possession, Arsenal may finally have found the key to unlocking their striker and turning promise into consistent production.